Good morning and welcome to the first race vlog of 2021. We are here at a rainy and cold Nurburgring. It's 2.5 degrees, it's the end of March, standard NLS1 weather. To bring you up to speed, we had a mega days testing yesterday. It was sunny, it was dry, it was cold. We tried some new Yokohamas and all secret testing leading up to the Nurburgring 24 hours. Also, another update, Christian Cronjes is stuck in Norway. He can't make it because of travel restrictions, which is a big shame to him, so big shout out to him. Hopefully we can have you back as soon as possible. New teammate this year is Ben Tuck. He's raced with Vulcanhorse in the M4 for the past 2 years. He did a mega job yesterday, learning the car, getting up to pretty much the pace, and I'm sure by the end of the weekend he will be on it. But he's going to have a baptism of fire this morning, as we're going to head to the circuit now, head to qualifying, and see what it brings us as the rain is starting to come down on the windscreen. So, let's start this 2021 season. Let's go!
So the 2021 season was going ahead with stricter COVID protocols. So the situation in Europe in March 2021 at the moment is not so good. COVID numbers are going the wrong way at the moment, which is slightly frustrating. So yeah, everyone had to have a COVID test within 48 hours of arriving at the circuit and obviously producing a negative result. This meant stricter rules on people coming into the circuit, meant for more freedom of rules inside the circuit. So we got rid of the roundabout pit lane and we were going back to the normal pit lane. Masks were mandatory, etc. The closer we got to the circuit, the closer we still had no idea what the weather's going to be like. Blue skies, snow and rain all on the same 5-minute journey. One thing we must really mention is the passing of Sabine Schmitz, Queen of the Ring. 51 years old, unfortunately she passed away just a few days before the first NLS race of the year. Vulcanhorse did a cool thing where they got rid of one of the liveries on one of the cars and everyone was able to sign the car and write a small message to Sabine, which I think was a really cool touch, and it looked really good at the end of it as well. Yes, Sabine was I'd say one of the people that really brought the ring to the attention to the world and particularly to the UK from her legendary Top Gear episode. So yeah, RIP Sabine, and thanks for everything you've done for the ring. As normal with NLS, we were straight into qualifying where I would start on the greasy, damp circuit. It was so good. The weather even started to look promising as we fired up the engines and got ready to start qualifying. However, things were short-lived as the red flag came out in the first half lap of the first time lap, bringing the running to an end, whilst we waited for the weather and temperatures to improve. So I was able to get, as mentioned, 1.5 laps in. First lap was just a sighting lap, and then second lap was the start of my times lap, and in the difference between the 2 laps the track had changed massively. A lot more rain had come down on the second lap, and probably the biggest killer was the fact there was 0 temperature. The fact that it was 2 degrees meant the wets were getting no temperature in them whatsoever. So yeah, as a result, I think probably the right decision was to red flag the race or red flag the qualifying session, because it stopped a big accident happening before it actually happened, which I think saves drivers and teams. So unfortunately it was back to the truck to stay warm and just watch the screens and wait for any information. And again, it kind of highlighted the decision. The snow then came a few hours later in quite spectacular fashion. And again, with the temperatures, it would have made it absolutely impossible to get any heat in the tyres whatsoever. So yeah, being in the nice warm truck was the best place to be.
It's a Pirelli tyre, we can't put that on the terrace.
No?
Whilst others made snowmen in the pit lane and had snowball fights in the pit lane, I kind of tried my best to distract myself from everything that was happening outside, because yeah, I didn't really want it to be happening. However, it was the reality of the situation, and yeah, looking outside, it wasn't looking good, unfortunately.
An hour later. Meanwhile.
At this point here, you can see that the track has actually thawed and it's just wet. However, the big problem that the organisers were having was the fact that the snow at the side of the track wasn't melting and was going to take longer to melt. And if you had an off and went on the grass with the snow on there, you would be absolutely toast. So it was, yeah, like I said, probably the best decision to cancel the race because of the snow at the side of the circuit.
So the time is currently 1 o'clock and we should be, well, I should be finishing my first stint of the race, and we're walking out of the track a little bit disappointed and upset because of everything happened. To be fair, it was probably the right decision because it was pretty lethal and there's some extra snow showers coming in, which means that probably would have got worse if we restarted. Literally qualifying, no one even qualified, so you'd have to do a qualifying and the form up for the race, etc. So it was probably the right decision, but anyways, it's still annoying to get so close and then the race doesn't happen. Yesterday the weather was good, tomorrow the weather will be good. On Tuesday I think it'll be 25 degrees, but yeah, the Eiffel weather for you. Anyways, good day yesterday, and next race coming up is GT World Challenge Monza, so that's 3 weeks time I think. So hopefully there'll be sunnier skies in Italy. So yeah, until next time, ciao, this is Dan. Oh, I didn't end up empty-handed, as these are the trophies from last year, so always good to go home with trophies.
Thank you very much for watching. Whilst you're here on the channel, make sure you check out this classic on board. Also NLS2, where something similar happened, where the race was snowed off and we had 4 seasons in 1 lap, and stay subscribed. Until next time, ciao ciao.